Hey troops, it's Worthy Geeks Adventures, woohoo! So a couple days ago, I did a piece about the haslab exclusive piece that they're releasing, the XH-1 Dragonfly helicopter, the new totally done up to the nines chopper that they're releasing with tons of really cool stuff on it. And I mentioned some of the other choppers from GIJoe that I really, really liked from back in the day. So I thought, hey, let's do a piece about the GIJoe and Cobra helicopters. And it's also kind of a bit of a history lesson to go over actually what some of the actual real world influences were for those aircraft. We're going to start with actually a very basic one. The GIJoe XH-1 Dragonhawk, which is sort of kind of based on the McDonnell Douglas AH-64 Apache. This is from, they're actually, from what I understand, there are two versions of the Dragonhawk. One has the tilt rotor style design, but this is the other one that looks like the Apache. It's McDonnell Douglas. And for you sticklers in military history, okay, yes, the Apache was originally designed by Hughes Aircraft. Hughes got, actually, this is wrong. This is supposed to be Boeing. I'm sorry. McDonnell Douglas bought Hughes Aircraft, and eventually Boeing bought McDonnell Douglas. So it's actually the Boeing A-64 Apache. Oops, sorry. But anyway, and let's see. Here is the classic, considered at this point by a lot of folks to be the deadliest military chopper out there. The flying tank, if you will, with the legendary Hellfire missiles that have terrorized tank drivers across the planet. The Dragonhawk, very much reminiscent of the Apache. I mean, four rotors, the classic sensors in the nose. Was it the pilot's night vision sensor, forward-looking infrared, and tag acquisition and something system, something like that. I still remember this stuff from when I was an aerospace engineer and a military aircraft geek. Yay! Anyway, of course you got the classic little chain gun, nowhere as big as a 30 millimeter gun in an Apache, but hey. Tricycle landing gear. The most fun part for me, though. Okay, how do these open again? Oh, that's right. You see, you got these two little paws that pop open when you press the little switch back here. Missile launchers. Yeah. And of course, you got the cockpit that in all action figure. What does open? Ah, yep, there we go. See, opens up. One figure only. But yeah, in a very much, you got the two engines, reminiscent of the Apache, so on and so forth. Just a fun chopper to have. Now, this next one is the GIJoe Sky Storm. Now, this one, though, is based on an experimental helicopter designed by Sikorsky, the Sikorsky S-72, which I was trying to find. I thought I had pictures of that thing as a prototype, but no luck. This, though, would be easier to actually show it on the toy. This is the toy itself. 4 guns. Now, you know, you're looking at this going, what a funky design. Yes. Now, the S-72, this was designed back in the day when DARPA, the Advanced Research Projects Agency, and the Department of Defense, they were looking into all sorts of funky stuff. Not quite as funky as the stuff they're doing now, probably, but you get the idea. And one of the issues with, they've always been trying to find ways to get a helicopter or vertical takeoff aircraft to go faster. Tilt rotors, the swinging jets on the Harrier, which is a testament to how complicated and how really, 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 really complicated it is to do that, because the next time someone will try that whole tilted engine thing, is the X-35, and I think even then they're going, who said this was a good idea? Who? The V-22 Osprey and and tilt rotor choppers in general, I think, are the only other ones that have been really successful to try and do something unconventionally. This was an attempt to do that. The S-72, what they tried to do, helicopters, you got the rotor that gives it lift, and you got the anti-torque rotor that keeps it from spinning around because of Newton's third law, reaction. In the middle of all this, they came up with the idea that, well, okay, in terms of aerodynamics, because of aerodynamic reasons, blah, 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 that's going to eat up way too much time on this YouTube thing. A helicopter rotor can only go so fast before this thing, even while the helicopter is going only, 200, was maybe 300 miles per hour maximum even now, is going almost Mach 1. It's going super fast, and the faster it goes, loses efficiency, blah, 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 all sorts of sciencey stuff. Someone who was probably smoking mushrooms or something thought, hey, this one, and actually each one of these rotors is a wing, and it generates lift because of the difference in pressure from the top to the bottom as it's spinning. Someone thought, hey, these are all wings, right? Yeah. What if we stopped it? Dude, if you stop it, you don't generate lift. Well, what if we shot air through the rotors, and that would force a difference in pressure that would generate lift? Yeah, they thought with that. The idea that, okay, as this thing is spinning, you got a difference in pressure generating lift. They came up with someone thought, well, let's shoot jets of air that would do the same thing. The movement of the air causes a difference in pressure generating lift. You stop the rotor so that you don't run into this problem with drag, and then, hypothetically, rotor stop. Sikorsky built this, kind of built this thing. It was one of those, it would be interesting to see them try it now. Now keep in mind, this is being done in the 70s and 80s before composites were used a lot to create materials that were incredibly strong but super light. Before computers were smaller than the size of a room that could do the calculations that would control the airflow through the edges of the rotors and all this uber high-techy junk. They're doing this with computers that ran an Atari 2600, if even that powerful. Okay. From the bits and pieces I've read here and there, they were getting there. Actually, they kind of were able to pull off a lot of the junk. They never built a working model. They built all sorts of things that look kind of cool, but from what I understand, they never did the full transition from to insert the theme from Airwolf as you like. But being geeks and toy builders, someone at Hasbro remembered and built the Skystorm. You got this giant radome thing because why not? And you press it, the rotors retract because why not? And it becomes an airfoil and goes with missiles and all kind of junk. I love it just because it is a very futuristic. The Thunder, the Dragonhawk, and the other one I'm going to show you. Lots of fun. The new XH1 is gorgeous, but this is just so out of left field. It looks so different, and yet it is actually based on a real world concept. So it's just a lot of fun. And now you're going, oh, we know what the last one is. Heck yeah. Is the Cobra Mamba, which, at least the rotor design, is based on Cayman's H-43 Husky and a K-Max helicopter. Let me show you those right now. Let's see. This is the Cayman Husky. If memory serves, Cayman is the only company on the planet that uses this intermeshing rotor system. Why would you do that? Well, it actually does save space. You don't have to worry about trying to build another tank, tail rotor boom, and all sorts of other engineering, blah, blah, blah reasons. And in terms of the Cobra Mamba, it looks really cool. So here's the Husky, and this is the K-Max. Memory serves, this chopper, it's a civilian chopper, and it's used a lot for like logging and all sorts of other funky stuff. Here we go. There it is. But here is the Mamba in all this black and purple glory. Here you got the intermeshing rotors. There's a little mechanism down here that when you spin it, spins everything. I mean, it's a beautiful, like the Skystorm. The fun part is that it's a real world rotor design, but the chopper itself is from hot out. I mean, look at, multiple rockets all over the place, the giant twin boom. I mean, kind of reminiscent of the P-38 Lightning from World War II, Lockheed P-38 Lightning. Lockheed or Hughes? Dang it, I forget. Anyway, no, P-38 Lightning. And of course, the umpteenth fun part about this thing is that you got these pods that detach. Oh, come on. Oh, lordy, I haven't done this in so long, I don't remember how to do this now. Shoot. Bear with me for a moment. Oh, dang it. I don't remember how they come off, but these two come off. So these two have pilots, and then you got the third person up in here. It is so but it's so fun. This giant machine. I know, it is just a lot of fun as you see me giggling like an idiot while I'm carrying this thing around. So yeah, there you go. These are the forefathers of the XH1 that's being right now in pre-order right now. I know, so it's going to be fun to see. Hopefully this is a sign of other aircraft that are on the way. Because one of the fun, me personally, one of the coolest things about GI Joe was the huge armory of vehicles. So many planes, so many ships. One of the YouTube toy channels I was looking at, people were joking about, hey, are you guys gonna build the Admiral flag? It's a giant aircraft carrier that's 4 feet long, and the guy running it was laughing. He's like, probably not. But hey, you can dream, right? So anyway, there you go. Bit of a history lesson and a chance to look at some of the past vehicles that Hasbro created for the GI Joe line. If you're looking for these, please check online. They are available. Price points range a lot depending on how complete, yada yada yada. So good luck. Anyway, I'm gonna go because lots of stuff, weekend, yada yada yada. So hey, may the force be with you. May the odds be in your favor, especially when you're trying to find vintage GI Joe vehicles. And as always, most importantly, be good to each other. Okay, peeps, y'all take care. Peace. Bye.